Hey there, friendo. This story begins with watching Little Witch Academia. On, I believe, the 4th episode, a couple of the characters are interested in going to a book launch party for the book Nightfall. And I was watching it with a friend, doing like the online quarantine stuff. It's quite nice. And at the end of the episode, I said, oh, it's a bit strange that the book is based on Twilight, because they talk about it being like a mystery and like action, adventure, all that. And Twilight is pretty much a straightforward supernatural romance, although it does have a few bits of action. Not trying to be here to say Twilight's the worst, you should never read it. I'm just interested in this. And when I said this to my friend, they went, oh, I didn't notice. Is it about Twilight? Like, is that an obvious Twilight ripoff? Is that true? And I went, I should probably make sure, because I don't know how widespread Twilight is. I assume that multiple countries know about it vaguely, but it's probably most popular in the US. So I type in Twilight Japan to see if, like, would they be inspired by this? You know, given the typesetting and what they've described about the story and everything. And when you type that in, one of the first things that comes up is an Amino page in which it talks about the Twilight novels translation of Japanese, and it's quite interesting because in Japan there are not 4 Twilight novels, there are 13 novels. I don't know if novels are right. 13 volumes or 13 books. And it's not because Stephanie Meyer decided that she suddenly wanted to study Japanese and wrote all the books in it. No, it's the first 3 books were each split into 3 parts, and the final book was split into 4 parts. And I cannot let you continue to live without knowing some of these titles, because the books aren't just like Twilight 1, Twilight 2, Twilight 3, New Moon 1, New Moon 2. They each have subtitles, and these subtitles are truly remarkable. I don't have a better word for them. I am obsessed. Someone please mail me these books. Okay, so we have Twilight 1, The Boy Whom I Love is a Vampire. And this immediately sends me back to Alex Day's videos of Alex Reads Twilight. Because he at one point said, imagine reading Twilight and not knowing immediately the premise. Like, imagine if there was no cultural consciousness of it. And I like this because in Japan they just go, you know, before you read this book, it's called Twilight, we have a title, and the subtitle is The Boy Whom I Love is a Vampire. Just so we're clear, that is what it says. Let there be no confusion about whether or not Edward Cullen is in fact a vampire. Twilight 2, Blood Tastes Sadness. I feel ridiculous saying that out loud. And Twilight 3, I accidentally wrote Campire instead of Vampire, but it is called The Vampire Family in the Darkness. As for the New Moon volumes, we have Twilight 4, The Fang Whispers Sweetly. We have Twilight 5, Month of the Wolf, and Twilight 6, one of the best titles I can imagine, The Angel of Sighing. On to Eclipse, Twilight 7, Red Mark. Twilight 8, Give Me a Cold Kiss. And Twilight 9, Time of Monsters. I have, admittedly, not read Eclipse for quite a while because I am not a teenager. So, I don't think there were any new monsters addressed in Eclipse. I thought it was just like the old monsters, and like then there was more vampires than usual, and wolves and stuff. Finally, we have Twilight 10, Bride of Vampire, spoiler, these people, Twilight 11, Guardian Deity of Dawn, I genuinely do not know what that means, Twilight 12, Immortal Child, which, if you are reading that book, it is a big plot point that they don't know what's up with the child. If this were the last chapter, I would forgive it because I would go, yeah, the Volturi or whatever, they're concerned that Renesmee is an immortal child, and she is not full vampire, she's like half vampire or whatever. But there's one more chapter after this, and it's called Embracing Forever. So, Immortal Child, spoiler title, Embracing Forever, don't know what's up there. I couldn't tell you. Okay, next up I have a post about the series Make Me Cry. Oh, sorry, this series, Make Me Cry, my bad. It is no surprise that I love the Twilight Saga series a lot. It is the thing I think and talk about every day. I love it so much. As a fan of this amazing series, I watch the films a lot and read the books a lot. Very important. I watch the films twice a year, or over. I watch them with my mum, as she is normally there. I always asked her if she likes them, but she always says that it's just something to watch. Why am I the mother here? Such a mood. Why did the person write that in this article? I love this person so much, I would die for them. She finds Eclipse funny because of the fights between Edward and Jacob. Anyway, as I watch these films a lot, I cry a lot. Here is how many times I cry. So in Twilight, she cries 3 times, in New Moon 1 time, in Eclipse 1 time, Breaking Dawn Part 1, 4 times. I have not seen the movie, I cannot commentate on that, but in Breaking Dawn Part 2, she cries 2 times. So she goes, I cry 11 times! That's a lot! Yeah, I do agree that that is quite a bit. And here are the scenes she cries at. She cries at the spider monkey scene, which, that is probably the single part of Twilight that I remember the best, because I remember my, other, Twilight, the people around me who really like Twilight were like, that's a really silly scene, and they, tried to imitate it with, Edward as a body pillow. This is the thing about my life that I have not disclosed to anyone I know, but there you have it. And they were like, oh, Ray is the most like Bella, so Ray will play Bella. And I had to carry around this body pillow and be like, thanks, Edward. And the body pillow did not say, but he should have, hold on, spider monkey. New Moon, the only scene she cries at is when Edward leaves, because she loves Edward. It's just very emotional, and we don't see Edward 60% of the film, which means that it's not even worth seeing. If there's any film that only has Edward in less than half of it, I don't care what the genre is, I don't care what film, if Edward is in less than half of the film, can't watch it. Completely useless. I mean, I'm not trying to be critical, I think that Twihard Girl speaks the truth. I agree. The Bella dies scene, I don't remember that part of Twilight. I mean, I haven't seen this movie, but I'm pretty sure there's not a Bella dying scene? Maybe there is. It's been a very long time, but I would love it if genuinely, in Breaking Dawn Part 1, she dies, and then in Breaking Dawn Part 2 they just have to go, Bella, and she's a cardboard cutout. That's my ideal. That's my ideal Twilight finale.
Let's try this Yahoo out. It was sent in by Rachel Sperman. Game recognized game. Thank you, Rachel.
Until I Fall, a Twilight fanfic. It's weird how life plays out. There's the populars, the smarts, the pretties, and then there's the freaks of the group. The ones who are left over and never loved. I like to think that there is someone out there for me, but how my life has played out so far. I loved living with my mother in Phoenix, but stuff happened, and I now resort to living in Forks, one of the many rainy places known to man. Oh, sorry, known to man. But they say all stories have a happy ending, right? Well, everyone but mine. Darkness consumed the whole of Forks until a peak of light broke the Earth's atmosphere. I have so many things to say about this. One, it says Forks without a capitalization, so it's just like the concept of cutlery, I guess. First day of university, I sighed. It's not really my first day, as I've been to many universities in my time as a vampire. This is Edward's POV, just so we're clear. I'd earned many degrees for my high studies. It says from I'd earned many degrees from many high universities, but I messed up, and maybe Edward Cullen just smokes too much weed. I don't know. He's allowed to. He's 100. Like, that's over 21. Rosalie is full of existential dread, but unlike Edward, she doesn't voice her dread, she internalizes it. She is full of anger. She will never be happy. Carlisle found happiness in becoming a doctor and helping people. Edward found happiness in Bella. Alice, Jasper, and Emmett all seem content and happy with how their lives are, and Rosalie doesn't have anything that gives her life meaning. Same! So coming up next is potentially my favorite part about the weird Twilight research I did. So apparently back in November in 2017, I believe, there were some Twilight props that were sold on auction, and there's one that people found particularly interesting, which is Edward's journal. So this person, Twihard Girl, is uploading pictures of the journal, and she's going to translate what it says from fancy writing to English. So, as you can understand, fancy writing is not the same as English. So if you write in cursive like me, just die. I'm kidding. Please do not hurt yourself. I love all of you so much. Okay, so let me read you some of the captions for Edward's journal as I show them on the screen like a real YouTuber. Okay. First page, notes. Unfortunately, due to Edward's eccentric handwriting, I couldn't put down what he's written, which is a shame. I'd love to know what he's written. Good. Good translation from fancy writing to English. Good. Okay. Page 3. It says, while I felt passion before, it has been for music or the idea of love. My romantic notions have been, well, ... romantic. I feel so comfortable with her, ... as comfortable as I do. Uncomfortably excited, away, aroused, ready to leap. Edward overuses ellipses. So, part 4 is genuinely and truly iconic. I'm going to see you today. I've been laying here for hours. My skin is pulsating. In fact, it's vibrating, as if it is already near you. As if it could reach out and touch you. Yeah, that's what skin does. Like, you reach out and you touch something. That's the worst part, is that there was an actual human being on the Twilight set where they said, hey, can you put notes in Edward Cullen's journal? And this person had to sit down and be like, what would Edward Cullen write in his journal? Probably complex division, as well as like notes about how much he loves Bella. Note, this is very sexual and romantic. He thinks about Bella. I think he loves her too much, as his skin is vibrating. I hope that I get there early enough to be able to watch you as you go about your everyday lousiness? I have to Google that word. I looked it up, the word that they typed in there, and it says lousiness. Like someone who has head lice. So Edward's sitting there and just watching Bella have head lice, and he's like, I love you so much. You have head lice. I am so sorry. I think that you deserve to know, though. The first time that I was dating my ex-girlfriend, she got head lice from stealing a hat from an anime convention. Which, like, yeah, that would happen. Good job. Edward used the wrong homophone. It should your, not your. He didn't even use an apostrophe. Edward! The late fee thing was inappropriate. They're calling them so much money. Why are they complaining about late fees? Fucking return your video to Family Video on time and this wouldn't be an issue, Edward. Like, Family Video has an up till midnight policy and you are sitting there and complaining. Ungrateful. Ungrateful. I love it when they dust off their flip-flops as soon as it's 60 degrees outside. Shorts and Hawaiian shirts. Edward Cullen loves Hawaiian shirts. He just he buttons up every button except the top one, and it's like a blue shirt and he has like orange flowers on. Style icon. I stan a king. For sure. White skins blazing as bright as one of my family. I'm excited about the baseball game Saturday as well. Hot dogs! With 3 exclamation points. I want to tell you that it does have an S at the end of dogs, so he's not going like, hot dog. He's saying, hot dogs! So I want to like, I need you to understand that a vampire who does not need to eat at all, he does not need food to survive, is like excited about the concept of hot dogs. I'm not excited about the concept of hot dogs, and I am like a human being who needs food to survive. Oh my god. Great shirts! And my love! What more can I ask for? I don't know. Well, I will try to think of something. He's like, what could be better than Bella Swan and hot dogs? And just notes. Calm down, Edward! Oh my god, seriously, Edward, calm down. Forgive me on the next sentence. Forgive me on the next sentence. More importantly, Weiss will dog stay, damn Francis Bark. It's very confusing. It looked like it said Weiss? That part didn't make any sense. Yeah, I know. I love how he's excited for the baseball game. He's excited about hot dogs? Why? And 3 exclamation marks? Edward, you don't eat food, so why are you so excited? He's probably sarcastic or exaggerating. I don't know if it says shirts. I cannot live in a universe where someone was like, let me imitate Edward Cullen in writing on his journal. And they went, oh man, first thing you know about Edward, he loves hot dogs. It's basically like Sonic with chili dogs. Edward Cullen? Hot dogs, for sure. So Bella's wedding dress has an article here, and the custom fit for Kristen Stewart model had a price tag of $35,000. It took like 6 months and 4 seamstresses to make it. You should know though, there is a knockoff version. It's a lower cost version that's $799, which is incredible. Wow, they made like an imitation of it. You should also know that it's like $3 on Wish. That's not true, but isn't it? Is it not true? Genuinely, look me in the eyes and tell me that that isn't actually accurate. There's an Edward Cullen quiz, and I personally know loads about Edward Cullen. I could answer these questions completely blindfolded with no sound, just because I know Edward Cullen so much. Every time I talk, I recite every line Edward Cullen's ever said. So we're gonna see how this goes. What is Edward's full name? Well, they all start with Edward, so now I don't know. And 3 of them end with Cullen. I'm gonna guess it has like 2 middle names. I am the Twilight Whiz. I know everything. I know so much about Twilight. Cool. Cool. Who is Edward's wife? Oh, what year did Carlisle... I know this one because it was written in Edward's journal, the thing that I just was making fun of. Edward's journal has a good purpose, apparently. Oh, I'm so close to being an Edward Cullen super fan. How long did Edward say he was waiting to marry Bella? I mean, he met her for like a couple years, like he knew her. He did not know Bella for a century. I'm insulted and devastated that I will not marry Edward Cullen. I am a straight, cisgender woman, and I cannot imagine a universe in which I do not sit every day with Edward, my husband, and say, "Oh, Edward, you're so dreamy." Thank you for watching all the way through this trash fire. I would really like it if you liked the video or subscribed to me, and if you want to comment below, if you've made it this far, I want you to take your favorite novel and take the plot of it and turn it into one of those like new isekai titles. So here's mine. I really like the book Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, and so my title is I kill rogue androids for a living, but could one of them be my hot robot wife? And my older sibling also did one. They took the Count of Monte Cristo and turned it into, help, my friends got me arrested, so I have no choice but to ruin all their lives, and also I have an island now. So, if you have a favorite novel, go ahead, turn it into an isekai title before, like, help, I got reincarnated as blank. Have fun. Thank you for watching this garbage fire. I haven't really done a video like this ever before, so I hope you'll like it. Bye!